entertainmentbuddha.com.
Hey everyone, Matt Haywood here from entertainmentbuddha.com, and today we're going to check out I don't know what you want to call it, just a video of kind of nonsense of the Sea of Thieves closed beta running on the Xbox One X. So got into the beta, decided to fire it up and see what this game was all about, and quite frankly, I'm confused as hell. Just briefly, Sea of Thieves is a kind of an open world, up to 4 people, co-op type of game where you play the role of a pirate, and your goal is to go around and do piratey type of stuff, like looting, pillaging, raiding, you name it. But I've found, at least in the closed beta, that there is almost zero direction for what you need to do. As you can see here, if you're watching along, I just joined a multiplayer match. You can pick from 3 sizes of ship, with obviously the biggest ship offering up the most crew members. So I went with that, and I spawned in the belly of a ship with some randos, and wasn't really given any indication of what I needed to do or how to even play the game. So really, this whole video, and I don't know how long I'm going to actually leave it, it's about 46 minutes worth of footage, but a lot of it is just sailing and doing absolutely nothing. So I don't know how interesting that is, but I did want to show a few segments and just talk about, let you kind of see the game, how it looks. I mean, clearly it's a beautiful looking game. It kind of has a cartoon animation style, great, vibrant, brilliant looking colors. So no real complaints there. I mean, you'll see a few visual glitches, but again, this is a closed beta, so that's expected. But my biggest complaint is there's just, at least in my playthrough, again, I spawned on a ship already. I wasn't in a town. I didn't have a mission. I didn't know how to find if I had missions. I mean, it was just a lot of clumsy fumbling around with the controller to figure out what the buttons are and where menus are at and so on and so forth. So I know some of you like that very open-ended direction in games where you literally just kind of do whatever and find and create your own adventures, but I would have liked a little more direction provided early on. So again, back to my playthrough. So I spawned on the ship with 3 other randos, and they immediately quit the game. So I don't know if my pirate smelled or whatever, if they got frustrated and quit, but I basically had my own galleon to myself. So I was like, hey, well, it's not moving, I'm going to go ahead and raise the anchor, and here we go. So I don't think you're meant to pilot a galleon as a 1 crew member, because there are a ton of jobs to do on it in terms of angling the sails, setting sail length, steering the ship, but I did my best effort. So again, I'm setting sails now. You can see the boat's taking off, no anchor, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to do or where I'm supposed to go. I was hoping to maybe run into other player-controlled ships out here in the game world, because any ship you see in Sea of Thieves is a player-controlled ship. But I didn't see anyone in nearly an hour of gameplay. Again, I was playing late at night, in between, I'd say 10:30 and midnight Eastern time, so maybe it was a time thing. But in my playthrough, as you can see, the seas are wide open. Now, the sailing aspect is actually quite fun. I mean, it instantly reminded me of my time aboard the Black Flag or whatever, Assassin's Creed 4. I love that game. I love the pirate ship aspect of that game, and you definitely get that even more so in Sea of Thieves, because like I said, you can control everything. Like, I can angle those sails the way I want to catch the wind better. I can reduce their length for more speed or less speed. I can drop sails to reduce my speed. So the ship gameplay, the navigation gameplay, is fantastic in Sea of Thieves. I just wish I knew where I was supposed to go, what I was supposed to do. As you can see here, I'm bumbling around to find menus. This is the only menu I could find, and it doesn't give you anything. There are no objectives. There's nothing. So I do think I might have missed something when I spawned on other people's ships. I'm assuming, and I've read around, that there's supposed to be some sort of generic starting mission that at least sends you out on your first treasure hunt. But I didn't get that, and I didn't know until after effects. So again, I'm just blindly sailing the seas, which, as I said, look immaculate. Love this part. Love sailing. I mean, I could almost play it just as a sailing simulator, but it does get kind of boring and overly frustrating when you really don't know what the hell to do. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward in time a bit and kind of get to our destination here, because I know watching me sail by myself is about as fun as watching paint dry. Lead paint, that is. So let's go ahead and fast forward. I saw this island in the distance. I was like, well, hey, I mean, this is open world. I'm just going to go explore. So that's why I'm headed over towards this island. So let's fast forward and we'll catch up back when we get to the island. Alright, so as you can see, I have arrived at Devil's Ridge, which I have no clue what it is or if I even need to be here. And the first thing I realized is, like, how do I stop this thing? So my first instinct was I'll just drop anchor. And boy, did it stop it, but it also jacked my ship up pretty hard, which we'll see a bit later on. I actually managed to sink my ship by leaving this island. So I'm now at this island, and here's the only map available in the game. It's in your ship, and there's no markers, there's nothing outside of your ship's location. You do at least get to see your ship and the travels or the journey you've made. But like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. And I have no one in my crew. Everyone bailed on me. So I do have to say that I can say without a doubt, even though this game does offer a solo mode, you literally get your own little ship. I think Sea of Thieves will greatly benefit from having your own crew of friends to play with. I wouldn't even rely on strangers, because later on this video, after I sink my ship, I do get some more strangers in my crew, and we start to work together, but none of the people had mics. No one was talking. So again, it was just a bunch of digital avatars running around acting like bozos trying to figure out what to do. So having a good crew that communicates, or even a stranger crew but that has headsets and is willing to chat, I do believe is mission critical in Sea of Thieves. I just don't see how playing this by yourself could be much fun. It's definitely not fun trying to navigate and pilot that or steer a big galleon ship. So I am going to try to solo mode to see if that problem is alleviated in that. But I do think Sea of Thieves and its fun factor is going to be solely reliant on playing with friends and just making your own adventures, having fun, chatting, and getting into trouble. So I'm on this Devil Ridge Island. I have no mission. I have no objectives. I can't find objective, nothing. So I just kind of walk blindly around. I mean, you can find supplies to take back to your ship. You can use wood planks to repair it if it starts to leak during a battle. Unfortunately, I didn't get any battle. Oh, here's me finding that you have kind of canned messages that you can send out. This I stumbled upon with the D-pad. So if you hit up, you can issue certain commands. If you hit down, you can actually perform certain actions like dancing, waving, all that fun type of stuff. So as you notice, the world does revolve around a clock. So you will get day, night, you will get weather, and the visuals reflect that beautifully. So there's me chatting to myself. I mean, it's nice. There are no barriers in this game. I mean, it is truly open. You can go and do whatever you want. I just would like to know what the hell I need to do. And I do think that falls back on the fact that I just randomly spawned on a ship of people that may have been quitting, or they already picked up the generic first mission, so I had no clue what to do. And here's me discovering that there is an item wheel. So a lot of discovery the first time you throw up Sea of Thieves, because there is zero direction. So, spoiler alert, I end up really not finding much to do on this island, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward some of these parts. I do end up getting up on top just to see if there's any treasure. Couldn't find any. I did find a cannon mount and proceeded to just shoot blindly into the ocean. So nothing too exciting. Ran into a few AI enemies in the form of skeletons, took them out with my cutlass. You are equipped with a cutlass, a flintlock pistol, and kind of like a rifle with a scope to start. I fired most of my bullets and didn't know how to get new ones, so who knows. Again, lack of information here really stunted my experience in Sea of Thieves. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. Okay, just pause things right quick just to show you shooting cannons, because shooting cannons is a blast. Sound great. That's the other thing I haven't mentioned yet. The sound in this game is fantastic, especially if you're wearing headphones. And those are some powerful ass cannons. I mean, I shot that all the way over to the horizon. So the other reason I wanted to stop here is because of me shooting cannons, I woke up in the skeletons just to see some of the gameplay you can get into if you find something to do in Sea of Thieves. Here I'm kind of getting my butt kicked. I'm gonna have to eat some bananas. Yes, bananas are your health in this game. And no, I can't aim for shit. There's no lock-on button. It's just swing away and hope to hit. Alright, so that was that for that island. Back to fast forward. Okay, and I'm back. So that was the Speedy Gonzales tour of this Devil's Ridge Island. So the reason I zoomed back in here is because, as you can see, the day changed back to morning, so we're getting some new lighting effects. And like I've said throughout this preview here, is the environment, the visuals look fantastic. Love it. A few glitches you'll see coming up in here in the water once I sink my ship, but it's a beta, so tough. They should figure that stuff out. So I decided, well, I have no clue what the hell I'm going to do on that island besides run around and shoot gunpowder barrels and this, that, and the other thing. So I'm going to head back to my ship. And yes, you can swim, and yes, being underwater sounds just like being underwater in real life. So here you're going to see me, unfortunately, sink my solo galleon here. Because driving one of these by yourselves is nearly impossible, especially when you're pulling out of being moored or anchored or out of port, because you need someone to angle the sails properly, someone to steer, someone to make sure you don't have too many sails up so you're not going too fast. But anyways, I try and do this by myself after I get a bird's eye view of the ship and the island I was just on by climbing the top mast. See, game looks good. I will keep saying that. Game does look good. A little cartoony looking, but I do like the visual aesthetic. Alright, so in my head as I was playing this, I'm going, okay, about 20-25 minutes in, haven't really figured out how to fully play this game, don't really know what to do, where to go, what I'm supposed to be doing. So I pretend like I'm going to find a clue in all the places I've already been searching, but unfortunately that did not yield any results. So I'm like, well, I'll go back to the map, maybe there's something on there, but there isn't. So hopefully you're getting the gist of my preview here. Is Sea of Thieves is going to benefit from people that play together, talk together. Hopefully one of those people knows what the hell's going on to drag along the idiots like me that have no clue what's going on. Or at least add some sort of objectives or mission markers. I'm assuming Rare didn't want to clutter up the UI, which I do love how clean it is, but I also want to know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm someone that kind of suffers from these wide open world games where you just, here it is, world's your oyster, you figure it out. I'm dumb, I don't want to figure it out. I want someone to hold my hand, at least for a little bit. So, here I go. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and raise anchors and try to get out of here, and this is where my bad decision really comes into play. So, hopefully you can hear it over my narration, but as I start to move, the ship really starts to creak and make some nasty sounds, so I guess that should have been a warning that I am going to sink, but I was like, hey, you know, maybe it's just the ambience of a ship of this era sailing. It just makes a lot of creaks and cracks, but no. I basically beached the thing and tore out the underbottom, so here's me trying to get it off the beach, which I do, and I get away. I'm like, alright, I'm good, but then as new players join me, you'll see we go down. Hopefully you can hear the ship essentially tearing itself apart at this point in time. Me being clueless, I'm like, hey, whatever. We're on to the next rock to find something to maybe do. Go, baby, go. See, at this point, I think I'm good. I think I'm scot-free. I think I've avoided disaster. Second wind, looking good. My sails are angled appropriately, which you do control. You control angle and length. But here coming up shortly, I start to realize something isn't right. Something is wrong. That something is me being the captain of this ship. Very soon we're going to have some more randos show up. Sweet. Got some help. Got some help. What is this? And then this is why I realized that something was wrong. Notice how the front of the ship is going underwater. Yes, we are screwed. Sorry guys, we are out. Get out of here. So I did like this. This was funny. I mean, I'm going down with the ship. I mean, it kind of shows the floors are sinking here. I mean, I couldn't get out. I was stuck under my undertow and the force of the ship going under. So it's kind of a panicky moment. I did like this. But notice the graphics can be wonky. Definitely having some visual glitches here. Alright, so I sunk my first ship as soon as I had some new crewmates join. And here we go. I'm going to go up and hang out with them. If you can see there, kind of to the left center, that is a mermaid. Oh, there's a shark. Then they will eat you. But these mermaids appear supposedly when you crash a ship. They'll get you a new one. I didn't know that at first, so I just thought this was some weird-ass looking dude over here waving some blue smoke torch. Hey, what's going on? I guess I should have known that. Oh, hey, shark's coming up trying to eat us. So naturally, what do? I pull out my rifle and try to shoot. Hey, flying shark. So like I said, there are a few visual glitches here in this video. Boom! See, that just kind of pissed him off. And he does eventually come and bite me. But not before I get there. There's my boy, Rainbow. Cutlass at the shark. Notice the waves and the water animations are fantastic in this. Coupled with the sound design, I mean, really, the visual and the sound and the polish those got are fantastic. It's just some of the mechanics of the game and not knowing what to do. That's what frustrated me the most. That and playing with strangers that didn't use mics. So I've heard from other people who played it that if you play with friends, the experience is much more fun because you're talking, you're working through the problems together, and you're not just trying to blindly figure out what the hell you're supposed to do. So here I'm trying to at least communicate to these guys through the chat messages you can use, and I'm like, well, maybe they'll follow me. So I head off to the ship, hoping they'll come and join me so we can head out on an adventure, and lo and behold, they do. So here you can see this is a docked ship, so you got to set the sails, which you can do for each mast. Each mast you can set sails and you can control the angle. So the circle pulley looking things are where you do angle, which is right here. And then setting the sails are on those kind of the dock hooks. So once you toggle it, you can literally turn the mast left and right. You can change its angle to match the wind. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward a bit because all you're really going to see now is me and two other people that aren't communicating, trying to figure out what the hell to do. So yes, that is the definition of a circle jerk. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward until we get moving here and end up on another island with no clue what to do. Okay, so I wanted to slow down things here because this is what I imagine you would do if you're actually talking to people. I'd be like, hey, let's go. Hey, man, you're driving. Let's go to this island. I'd be like, hey, guys, why are you trying to drop anchor here in the middle of the ocean? That's not cool. Yay, why did we stop? But when you're playing with people that aren't using their mics, you just kind of have to sit there and deal with them. Throw those random chat messages at them and hopefully they'll do something about it. Or I guess you could try and kill them or mute something. But I was just kind of sitting back and observing other people and how they played. And honestly, they looked as confused as me. But it looks like after a while, our white Toto, whatever that is, decided to head on towards an island. There's some dudes shooting random cannons. Unfortunately, we weren't communicating because they didn't have mics, so it was just a bunch of mute, deaf, and ultimately blind people running around trying to figure out what to do. So, go ahead, fast forward, just more boat rides at this point in time. Alright, so we found this ancient spire thing, and I didn't know if these guys knew how to stop, so I was going to show them. This is how I stop. It's called drop an anchor! Yeah, look how I wrenched the boat. I don't think they were too happy with me, but because they weren't communicating, I don't really know. So I was like, let's go! Thinking they'd all follow my charge, but as you'll see here, once I get up out of the water, no one did. And eventually, they steal my ship and try to leave me on that island. Like, hey guys, what about, hey guys, hello? Don't you want to go check out this island? They're like, nah, dude. And I used the dialogue wheel here and at least let them know I'm going towards the island. But no one followed me at first, so we're on this island. I actually think this might have been where we were supposed to start, or where I was supposed to start. But even once you get here, there's really not much to do. There's at least some people to talk to and some stores and crap. But since we didn't have any treasure, couldn't buy anything, I did eventually find a treasure map. But without being able to communicate to my team or really knowing what to do with the map, I had no clue what to do. So like I said, here's a shopkeeper, but couldn't buy anything because it had no cash. So I ran him around. I was just like, okay, well, there's some lights on here. Maybe there's a person in here that can help. No, not much to do here. So I'll move along. Move along. Move along. Okay. Sky looks great. Island looks awesome. Lit up at night. Not complaining about that. Just my complaints, I think, are mostly due to the lack of direction and not playing with people that communicated. I think if you get in this game looking to play with other people, you got to go in with friends, or you got to get into a room where people are actually communicating, because otherwise it's just a lesson in frustration. So this is me searching for stuff to do in menus that don't really exist, so I'll give up and just keep walking around the island. Hey guys, where you going? See, I told you they were trying to leave me. What they were doing actually was trying to dock the boat properly at this island dock. But I still felt like they were leaving me, so I was like, wait. Shot at him a little bit. That type of guy. I eventually swim out there and get back on the boat. So I'm going to go fast forward till we all end up on the island, and then you'll see us just being even more confused in a circle. Alright, so after I stowawayed back on my own ship, we linked back up, and we're like, hey, let's go check things out. So we clearly exited the ship as pirates do, and that's jumping off the front. So come up here. This guy's trying to kill an NPC. Go figure. Like I said, none of us are chatting because they didn't have mics. So we're all just running around like a bunch of dopes. Which I do believe is what led to my somewhat, I don't want to call it dislike. I was just kind of like, well, what's going on in Sea of Thieves? Because it's kind of meh right now, like meh. What do? Just aimlessly walk around? Hey, there's an equipment chest. How do I get the bucket? What do I do with the bucket? I don't know, because this game will not explain it to you. So, I eventually am going to go talk to this dude, who I believe this is who you're supposed to talk to from the get-go. Because as you can see, there's a zero-cost treasure map here, which I do pick up. But once I pick up the map, I still have no freaking clue what to do with it. No clue. The game like would kind of go into like a quasi cutscene to say like, yes, I have this treasure map, but I didn't know what the hell that meant. So we just kind of roam around again. I want to get to the point. Somehow my compatriots here, my fellow pirates that weren't talking, they ended up finding instruments and kind of jamming out. So I'm going to try to skip to that section real quick, because this is just more just the blind leading the blind. We're all just kind of walking around like, duh, what should we do? I don't know. Yeah, here you go. They got their instruments out now. So at least those guys had instruments. I did not. I could not find an instrument, which kind of bothered me, because it looked like they were having fun jamming on their pirate instruments. Chicka wine. I'm like, come on, guys, I want one too. I have no clue where they got these. I don't know if they got them in the alpha or if they've had them from other adventures, but they're pretty sweet. And then I saw them that some of them were able to dance. I didn't know how to do that, and I eventually found that if you hit down on the D-pad, you can bring up some emotes. Don't you kind of think these people look like taller hobbits by chance? They got like the big Neanderthal type of heads and these big feet with their sandals on. It kind of makes them look like hairy hobbit feet. So here's me. I'm looking for an instrument, and all I could come up with is a telescope. So no good. But again, you can see the confusion on us all. This is all four of us now, just kind of blindly spinning around in circles and pulling out random items that make no sense to pull out. But we didn't know what to do, and no one was communicating, so we just were pretty wasting time. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a bit to get back on the ship. Okay, so we're going to pick up back here because the video's almost over, but this is me trying anything to get the attention of my fellow pirates, using the wave emote, and eventually I just end up sitting down, because that's pretty much how I felt at this point in my playthrough. I was defeated. You know, what the hell am I supposed to do here? I can't communicate to my pirates. I have no clue where we're supposed to go. Is there any direction in this game, or do you just blindly set sail on the open seas and hope to run into something? I mean, I didn't run into a single other ship throughout my hour playing the closed beta, and I didn't really run into an objective that I could actually track. So I ended up just sitting down and messing around with the controls to see if I missed anything, but I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and shut up and just let the rest of the video play out. We got less than a minute to go, or just about a minute. I eventually just quit out because I got fed up with the lack of direction. In general, I mean, I know it sounds kind of negative. I definitely want to return to Sea of Thieves tonight to see if I can have a better experience, maybe get in with a better crew. But my first playthrough left me feeling underwhelmed at best, because there was no direction provided. There were no other players to combat on the open seas. So I don't really know, it was just the time I played or what, but not a lot going on, and with the zero direction and a team that doesn't chat, it just didn't provide for a great first experience with Sea of Thieves. But it is a beta, it is just a preview, these aren't my final impressions, so stick around for when the game comes out this March. Thanks for watching. Matt Haywood here for EntertainmentBoo.com, where we make you a better geek, one post at a time.
EntertainmentBoo.com